ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. I'll go first.
Okay, so when I was a kid, we used to live in a pretty haunted house, and a little bit of backstory to this place is that the owner who had previously owned this place had unfortunately killed themselves. It was not done in the house, but I do believe this could have brought maybe a bit of darker energy to the place. I'm not totally sure, but as I tell these stories, they're going to get progressively worse. I have a few to tell. The first one being I was probably about, I don't know, 10 or 11 at this time, and my brother and my dad were wanting to go to the park to go, like, fly their drone. It was something like that, and I just really didn't want to go, so I begged and pleaded with my dad, and he finally agreed to let me stay. So we locked all the doors, whatever, like, I had the phone right beside me. Yeah, it was fine. So they left, and I was just watching my movie, whatever, and then I heard somebody, or I thought I heard somebody walk through the front door. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird, right? So I, like, because they had just left, like, this was probably, like, 10 minutes later, so I was like, hello, like, is anybody there? No answer. So I was like, okay, like, that's weird. So I keep watching my show, and then I start hearing, like, footsteps coming up and down the stairs. And at this point, I start getting scared, because, like, I was aware that the place was haunted, or that there was, like, something off about it for sure. Like, I had had some experiences before this, so I just tried my best to ignore it. But, I don't know, it almost seemed like that made it worse, because the second I thought that, it just started getting louder, and then we had like a grand piano in our living room, and a couple of the keys off the piano went off, and I was like, nope, I'm done. So I called my dad. I'm like, please come home, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think he was pretty skeptical of this stuff. Like, he didn't really believe us that much. Like, he came home and obviously inspected the whole house, but, like, yeah, like, the front door was locked, nothing was different. It was weird. And then this story, though, this honest to Christ still scares me to this day. Like, it just still gives me such a weird pitting feeling. I don't even know how to explain it. So one night I had this dream, and just note I had a lot of nightmares in this house, like, all the time. It was like almost every night, and like nightmares that, like, you know what I mean, and an 8 to 10-year-old probably shouldn't be having. Like, they were just odd. Like, I had this one dream about my auntie, and we were in, I think, my brother's room or something, and then all of a sudden something changed about her. Like, I knew it wasn't her, and she had, like, very, like, big hair, and all of a sudden they just turned to snakes, and they were chasing after me. And I woke up from this dream, and I fucking kid you not, my sweater was wrapped around my neck. And okay, like, to be fair, I did fall asleep with it on, so who knows, it could have, but in my 21 years of being alive, I've never had something like that happen. Like, it almost seemed like it was purposely, it was so fucked. And then another time I remember waking up, like, dead out of my sleep and seeing this, like, little girl sitting on my dresser. Like, she had long black hair, very pale skin, but what was weird about her, and, like, I've seen other spirits before, but she looked like, just as I was, like, staring at you, like an actor, like a living, breathing person. It was really strange to me. That's just how she showed up for me, at least. But I just kind of was like, like, what are you doing? Like, what do you want from me? Like, no answer, nothing. So yeah, that very much freaked me out, and she was very much known for just doing that. Like, my sister had a couple experiences with her. I'd actually say a lot more experiences with her. Like, I think because she was in the basement, that's why she was a little bit more of a target. I don't know. I just know that was kind of like the main place of where all that happened. Like, I remember her telling me this one time that, like, we had a cat, and he came downstairs one day, and he kind of just, like, stopped at the bathroom, and, like, how the, like, I guess flooring plan was, like, you had to, like, go through her bathroom to, like, get to her bedroom, if that makes sense. So he was just sitting at, like, her bathroom door, just, like, hissing and snarling and just, like, acting really weird, and she was kind of like, Tango, like, what are you doing? And then he just flew the fuck up the stairs, and then that was that. He didn't, like, come downstairs at all anymore that we recall. Like, it was fucking weird. But this, oh my god, this gives me chills. Like, this is, honest to Christ, really fucking creepy. So one day, my sister and her friend, let's just call her Mia, her and Mia had a sleepover, and it was the next morning, and my sister was gonna go take a shower, and so then Mia was like, okay, like, I'll just meet you upstairs, I'm gonna grab something to eat. So my sister gets out of the shower, and she sees what she thinks is Mia, like, crouching, like, at the end of her bed, like, and she's like, like, Mia, what are you doing? Like, I thought you were gonna be upstairs, like, eating. No reply, nothing, just sat there. So she's like, okay, like, I'm gonna go upstairs now. So she goes upstairs, and I shit you not, her friend Mia is up there, and she's like, dude, were you just, like, downstairs? And she's like, no, like, I've been up here this whole time. And what's scary about this too is it wasn't just like us seeing this. Like I remember one time having my cousin over and we were playing in the basement, and there was this crawl space, and we always felt like something bad was in there. Like I don't know, we just always got a bad feeling about it, whatever. And the one day the curiosity I guess just got the best of us, and we ended up opening it, and I shit you not, we saw two red beady eyes like just staring back at us. And so then, you know, we ran our asses up the stairs. It was fucking scary. And like whatever this was also a bit aggressive too. Like my sister said, like a couple times like she'd have like, you know, a bowl fly off her nightstand, just something like that, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, that's why I almost kind of get poltergeist vibes from it, maybe a little bit, but I'm not like totally sure. I'm glad that we're not living there now, because yeah, we just had a lot of fucked up shit happen there.